My name's Georgia. I'm 2/3 through my instructor rating here at GoFly. Loving it so far. It's surprising how much more you learn that you thought you already knew about flying. And Nathan and Damien are really good instructors as well. It's awesome doing another rating with them. And yeah, loving it.
Yeah, so about 2/3 of the way through the instructor course. Georgia's doing really, really well. It's really makes teaching, being an instructor teacher really enjoyable when you've got a student who actually puts 150% effort in and who delivers almost, well, a lot of the times almost a flight test standard on the first or second session of a sequence. So she's doing really well, and it just makes it so much easier to teach. Some students can be challenging. Usually a student has issues with either the pre-flight briefings or the in-flight patter. Georgia really hasn't had much of an issue with either. There are little things there that she needs to work on, but overall, really good standard. Some of the frustrations we've faced in the last 2 weeks is weather. This wet season is shaping up to be a very large wet season, so she was doing a full-time course and it's put it back 2 or 3 weeks. So with instructor courses, it's not too much of an issue because we can do a lot of pre-flight briefings and simulator time when it's wet, but you can only do so much, so it definitely has put it behind, so a little bit frustrating.
Commander traffic, Sling 7788 entering and rolling runway 23 for an upwind departure to the training area, Calandra. Okay. Sorry, we're not going to get a proper...
Oh, got to line it up straight,
2,
Georgia.
3.
No, line it up straight. Straight as straight can be. Okay, that's straight. 227 degrees. Ha ha ha!
Damn it! No, it's facing a little to the right.
That we saw 227.
Speeds are
It's not
low,
227 actually.
RPM.
225, 226, 227.
Good traffic.
I think it's 227.
10 miles to the west, 2000.
Or 226 actually.
Estimated time over field.
It's hard to tell. No, I think it's 227. Once we get to 3,000 feet, we'll go over the straight and level lesson.
You don't want to do descending?
No, we'll do descending when we descend again.
Okay, cool. I should have brought my paddle cards.
Why, Georgia?
Because I feel like I missed a little bit in that climb. Should I have spoken about airspeed?
You can talk about the initial part of the climbing lesson. You don't want to throw in too much.
Yeah, true.
But you can talk about your best angle of climb versus your best rate of climb.
That's what it was. Okay, yeah.
Alright, Georgia, you can talk me through effects on controls.
Awesome. Okay, Nathan, welcome to your first flight with GoFly Effects of Control. Today we'll be looking at just the primary and secondary effects of using our control surfaces. Do you remember what our... No, I'm not asking questions. This is the first flight. Okay. Do you want the RPM at 5.2? Like
5,000.
Okay, cool. So we can start with our elevator, which is the horizontal surface on the back there that we went through in our pre-flight brief. So our elevator's primary control is to pitch the nose up and down. We control this with our control column in front of us. So I'll demonstrate this now. If we move the control column rearward,
is 3 miles to the northwest, 2000.
It's been a long time since I did this one. Okay, our primary reference is that horizon there. So watching outside, you'll notice the nose change in reference to that horizon. So if we move the control column rearward, our nose pitches up, and that gap between our nose and the horizon decreases. Back to straight and level, referencing the horizon. If we move the control column forward, our nose pitches down, and that gap between our nose and the horizon gets larger.
I thought circuits would be the hardest, but that was actually probably one of the easiest because you do it so often and you almost talk yourself through it when you are flying. So it was just saying all of those processes out loud. I'd say probably effects of control, just because, yeah, like I said before, that has to be spot on terminology wise, just so the students learn correctly straight from the start.
She's always asking questions, trying to find out why and how things work and how to teach the student why it is we have a specific way to teach a student on how to get a landing, for example, or something. She's always asking the why behind it as well. So not only is she quite passionate about it, she's actually trying to understand the in detail depths about how we get to the decision we make to teach a student a specific way. And then she's constantly questioning things regarding her own training that she's had versus the way we're teaching people, to try and piece it together so that she can actually form her own sort of understanding of what it's like to instruct someone as well as to learn how to instruct someone. So it's really good because she's quite passionate about it. We've covered quite a lot in terms of scenario-based training as well, and making sure she'll be prepared for when she has her first few students, so that she's not generally sort of caught off guard with the classic traps that students generally find themselves in, and obviously junior instructors as well, on focusing only on one particular thing and having that tunnel vision on one specific item in flight. On top of that, she's progressing very well. We'll definitely have her ready within the 20 hours, which is pretty good for a minimum requirement. She still needs to build a bit more of a command time on the RAA registered aircraft, so we've already booked that and planned that in place as well. But overall, it's actually looking very promising. I think she'll make a fantastic instructor and a good sort of element, and contribute to our team as well if she continues the way she's going.
I'm getting excited for my flight test. I haven't done one in a couple of months, and we flew out to Gympie the other day and it was an awesome little runway. I've heard good things about the instructor, so fingers crossed they are true. Yeah, it'll be weird because it's a completely different flight test to what I've done before, but I'm excited.